The news is now official. The capture of dictator Nicolas Maduro marks a historic turning point for Venezuela and carries significant economic consequences for the United States. But beyond the headlines, the real question is this: how does this event translate into real economic benefits for both countries? Let's start with Venezuela. For more than a decade, Venezuela's economy has been crushed by international sanctions, political isolation, corruption, and the complete collapse of investor confidence. Businesses fled, production stalled, and millions of people were forced to leave the country in search of opportunity elsewhere. With the capture of the authoritarian leadership that controlled the state, the possibility of a political transition becomes real. This transition could allow Venezuela to begin unlocking frozen international assets, renegotiating foreign debt, and restoring relationships with global financial institutions. These steps alone would inject liquidity into the economy and create the foundation for recovery. But the most important word here is confidence. Markets do not react only to statistics. They react to signals. And this is one of the strongest signals possible. If Venezuela starts rebuilding democratic institutions, protecting private property, and guaranteeing legal stability, foreign investment can return. Key industries such as oil, gas, energy, infrastructure, agriculture, and manufacturing could slowly reactivate. Oil deserves special attention. Venezuela holds one of the largest proven oil reserves in the world, yet production has remained far below its potential. With new leadership and international cooperation, production capacity could increase, exports could resume, and government revenue could be redirected toward rebuilding the economy instead of sustaining an authoritarian system. Now let's look at the United States. At first glance, this may seem like a distant political event, but the economic impact on the US is very real. First, regional stability. A recovering Venezuela means fewer people are forced to migrate north. This directly reduces pressure on US border systems, social services, and labor markets, especially in states like Florida, Texas, and New York. Second, energy security. A politically stable Venezuela opens the door to transparent and regulated energy partnerships with US companies. This increases global oil supply, helps stabilize energy prices, and reduces reliance on other hostile or unstable energy-producing regions. In the long term, this benefits American consumers, businesses, and overall economic planning. Third, investment opportunities. US companies have waited years for the chance to return to Venezuela. If reforms begin, American firms will likely play a major role in rebuilding infrastructure, energy systems, telecommunications, transportation, and financial services. This means new contracts, exports, and high-value business opportunities that support jobs inside the United States. However, it's important to be realistic. Economic recovery does not happen overnight. Venezuela will face major challenges, including institutional rebuilding, political negotiations, and social reconciliation. Mistakes will be made, and progress may be uneven. But removing the core political obstacle completely changes the trajectory. For Venezuelans, this moment represents hope, the possibility of restoring currency value, generating real employment, attracting investment, and rebuilding a productive economy that rewards work instead of political loyalty. For the United States, it represents stability, reduced migration pressure, energy diversification, and the return of a strategic economic partner in the region. In conclusion, the capture of Maduro is not just a political milestone. It is an economic catalyst with ripple effects that extend far beyond Venezuela's borders. The global economic board has already shifted, and what happens next will depend on smart decisions, responsible leadership, and long-term planning. If this type of analysis helps you understand how politics directly affects your money and your future, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more clear, direct, and no-nonsense content.